Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got something special for all you mobile gamers out there who love playing on the go without worrying about an internet connection. We're diving into the top 25 new highly recommended offline games on mobile, fresh releases, and hidden gems that deserve a spot on your phone right now. From action-packed thrillers and mind-bending adventures to tactical RPGs and atmospheric horror, there's something here for every type of player. So, grab your snacks, settle in, and let's get into the countdown. I suggest you watch the full video cause number 1 take is gonna blow your mind. We're kicking things off with pure chaos in the best way possible. Blas Blue Entropy Effect takes everything people love about the Blas Blue fighting series, the flashy characters, insane combos, and stylish visuals, and reimagines it as a side-scrolling roguelite. You choose from a roster of distinct fighters, each with their own combat style, and dive into procedurally generated stages where no two runs feel the same. One run might have you dashing through cyberpunk alleyways, juggling enemies in the air, and the next you're fighting massive bosses in neon-lit arenas that look like something straight out of an anime fever dream. The combat is where this game shines. It's fast, responsive, and incredibly satisfying. You can chain together air dashes, special moves, and finishers that explode across the screen in a symphony of colors. And because it's a roguelite, every death sends you back to start, but you'll keep some upgrades, making each run a little more powerful than the last. It's got that just one more try factor that makes it hard to put down, and it's completely playable both online and offline, so you can lose hours to it without needing a connection. If you're into stylish action and want something with both depth and replay value, this is a killer way to start the list. It's part fighting game, part roguelite, part eye candy, and all fun. This one is pure, creeping horror. Void Stalkers drops you into an isolated, decaying environment. Think abandoned research stations and shadowy corridors where something in the dark is watching. The game leans hard on atmosphere, soft and settling sound design, flickering lights, and long stretches of silence that make every creak feel dangerous. You don't blast your way through enemies here. You hide, sneak, and piece together what happened before you became the next victim. Gameplay is tense and deliberate. Resources are scarce, so every decision matters. Do you risk exploring that dark wing for supplies or play it safe and conserve what little you have? The core loop mixes stealth and occasional puzzle solving. Jump scares exist, but the real terror is the slow dread that builds as the story peels back its layers. If you're looking for something slower and more haunting, Silt isn't like anything else on this list. It's a surreal underwater puzzle adventure where you play as a lone diver exploring the deepest, strangest corners of the ocean. The world is monochrome, almost entirely black and white, which makes every flicker of light or shadow feel significant and creepy. The hook here is possession. You can take control of different sea creatures to solve puzzles, a shark to smash through rock walls, a school of fish to swim through tight spaces, an anglerfish to light up pitch-black depths. It's equal parts puzzle solving and environmental storytelling, as you slowly piece together the mystery of the underwater ruins you're exploring. The sound design is just as important. The muffled thumps, the echo of your bubbles, and the distant rumble of something massive moving in the dark all add to the tension. This one's all about survival and moral choices in a collapsing world. Our Last Way Out drops you into a post-apocalyptic landscape with barely any supplies, a handful of allies, and no clear path to safety. You're not some overpowered hero here. You're vulnerable, scavenging for scraps in ruined cities, bartering with suspicious strangers, and making decisions that will determine who lives and who doesn't. The beauty of it is in its branching paths. One decision might get you access to food but cost you a potential ally. Another might save someone today, but put the entire group in danger tomorrow. The game's visual style is gritty and atmospheric, with hand-painted backgrounds that make the world feel alive and dangerous. And because each playthrough can turn out differently, it has surprising replay value for a story-heavy title. If you want a game that makes you feel the weight of every choice, this one's unforgettable. Fans of old-school dungeon crawlers are going to love this one. Fate Rewakened is a full offline action RPG that blends classic hack-and-slash combat with modern polish. You create your hero, pick your skills, and dive into randomly generated dungeons filled with monsters, traps, and loot. The combat is fast and satisfying, with plenty of weapon types to master: swords, bows, magic staffs, and a pet companion that fights alongside you and can even run back to town to sell your junk loot. The deeper you go, the tougher the enemies, and the better the procedurally generated. No two runs ever feel exactly the same. Graphically, it's colorful but detailed, with cozy town hubs that contrast nicely with the dangerous dungeons. Offline, it's the perfect game to chip away at in short bursts or sink into for hours. For anyone who grew up on games like Diablo or Torchlight, this will feel like coming home. Metal Slug fans, rejoice! This isn't your typical run-and-gun. Crunchyroll Metal Slug Tactics takes the series' explosive action and reimagines it as a tactical, turn-based strategy game. You'll control a squad of iconic Metal Slug characters, positioning them on grid-based maps to outmaneuver enemy forces. It keeps the spirit of the original series alive with over-the-top weapons, ridiculous enemy designs, and that signature cartoonish art style. But now you're thinking ahead, lining up perfect crossfire angles, managing cover, and calling in massive airstrikes when things get hairy. The difficulty ramps up quickly, so every decision counts. The offline play works flawlessly, letting you run missions anywhere between battles. You can upgrade your squad, unlock new gear, and experiment with team compositions. It's a refreshing twist on a classic, and it proves that the Metal Slug universe works just as well in strategy as it does in action. Great memories of Azer. This is a beautifully animated side-scrolling adventure where you control not one, but three siblings on a quest to escape their war-torn homeland. Each sibling has unique abilities: one's nimble, one's strong, and one uses magic, and you'll switch between them to solve puzzles, fight enemies, and traverse tricky environments. The hand-drawn art is stunning, with vibrant colors and smooth animations that make every moment look like a living storybook. The music is equally enchanting, perfectly matching the emotional beats of the story. Combat is simple but satisfying, and switching between siblings in real time adds a layer of depth. Best of all, the entire adventure is offline, so you can enjoy it uninterrupted. Great Memories of Azer isn't just a game, it's an experience, blending heartfelt storytelling with clever gameplay in a way that's rare on mobile. Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. The Toy Factory nightmare continues, and it's somehow even creepier. Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 throws you deeper into the abandoned facility, with new areas to explore, new puzzles to solve, and monstrosities lurking in the shadows. The grab pack is back, letting you interact with the environment in clever ways, flipping switches from a distance, pulling objects toward you, and creating makeshift bridges to reach inaccessible areas. The horror here isn't just about jump scares, it's the slow build-up, the distant sound of footsteps when you know you're alone, the flicker of lights in a hallway you haven't entered yet, the way the toys seem just a little too aware. Playing offline actually makes it more intense because you're completely immersed without online distractions.
Hurry! Let us in! He's outside!
I failed you.
You lied to me!
Soul Huntress Dungeon Crawler. If you like dark fantasy mixed with fast-paced combat, Soul Huntress has your name written all over it. You play as a warrior tasked with hunting down corrupted souls hiding deep within a labyrinthine underworld. Each dungeon is a maze of twisting corridors, traps, and enemy ambushes, with bosses that will test your reflexes and timing. Combat feels weighty and satisfying. You've got melee combos, ranged attacks, dodges, and special abilities that can be chained together for maximum effect. Between runs, you'll gather materials to craft better gear and unlock new skills, giving you an edge against tougher foes. SNO Snow White. Forget the fairy tale you grew up with. SNO Snow White is a dark reimagining that blends narrative adventure with light RPG elements. You play as Snow White, but instead of waiting for rescue, you're fighting to reclaim your kingdom from a tyrant. The game alternates between dialogue-driven story scenes and action segments where you'll battle enemies using a combination of swordplay and magic. Your choices in conversation can influence the story's direction, leading to different endings. The writing is sharp, giving familiar characters unexpected personalities and motivations. Visually, its stunning snow-covered forests, candlelit castles, and moonlit clearings create a fairy tale world with an edge. If you want a fresh take on a classic story, this one's worth your time. Methods Complete Edition. This is for the mystery lovers. Methods is a detective game where you're not solving just one case, you're competing in a tournament of detectives to prove you're the best. Each case presents you with suspects, clues, and puzzles, and you have to piece together the truth before your rivals do. The writing is clever and often humorous, with quirky characters and unexpected twists. The puzzles range from logical deduction to creative problem solving, keeping things fresh from case to case. And because it's the complete edition, you get all the cases and storylines in one package. Crunchyroll to Strikes. This one's pure style. To Strikes is a lightning-fast samurai fighting game where every duel can end in just 1 or 2 hits. You pick from a roster of beautifully animated fighters, each with unique stances and attack patterns, and face off intense, split-second battles. The beauty of it is in the tension. One wrong move and it's over. Matches are short but incredibly intense, making it perfect for quick offline sessions. The animation is fluid, with dramatic camera angles and slow-motion finishing blows that make each fight feel cinematic. It's the kind of game you'll keep replaying to master each character's timing, and since it's completely offline, it's always ready when you want that adrenaline rush. Phantom Tower. Phantom Tower is a vertical action RPG where you're climbing a mysterious, shifting tower filled with monsters, traps, and treasures. Each floor presents a new challenge, and the higher you go, the stranger and more dangerous things get. The combat is real-time, with a mix of melee, ranged, and magic attacks. You can customize your loadout, upgrade skills, and find rare equipment hidden in secret rooms. The tower itself changes over time, so even if you fail, the next run will feel different. Visually, it's a blend of gothic and fantasy, with glowing runes, eerie statues, and shadowy corridors. It's a perfect one more floor game that can keep you hooked for hours. Foretales. Foretales is a narrative-driven card game where every choice matters. You guide a party of adventurers through a branching story, using cards to explore, talk to NPCs, fight enemies, or avoid danger entirely. The twist is that resources are limited, so every card you play has consequences. Do you spend your food to keep moving, or save it for a harder encounter? Do you bribe the guard, fight him, or sneak past? Each decision can change the course of the story, leading to multiple possible endings. The art is colorful and storybook-like, making it as pleasant to look at as it is to play. It's easy to lose track of time as you try different strategies to see all the outcomes.
Wake up, sleepyhead. The world's still ending, in case you forgot.
Metro 2055 Last Day Survival. The Metro series is known for its tense, story-driven survival, and Metro 2055 Last Day Survival carries that DNA into mobile in a way that feels both faithful and fresh. You play as a lone survivor navigating the underground tunnels of a ruined city, scavenging resources, crafting gear, and fending off both mutated horrors and desperate humans. Every trip above ground is a calculated risk. The toxic air forces you to monitor your oxygen levels, and the weather can shift in an instant, turning a calm walk into a death run. Combat is gritty and weighty, with limited ammo making every bullet matter. The visuals are shockingly good for mobile, with atmospheric lighting that makes every tunnel feel claustrophobic. You can sink into the tension anywhere. This isn't just a shooter, it's survival horror with a soul. True Fear Forsaken Souls 3. True Fear has built a reputation for being one of the creepiest horror series on mobile, and Forsaken Souls 3 is the most polished and ambitious entry yet. This is a psychological thriller first and foremost, heavy on atmosphere, slow burn scares, and a deeply unsettling story about family secrets and supernatural forces. The gameplay blends exploration, puzzle solving, and scripted scares. You'll comb through abandoned buildings, piece together notes and photos, and slowly unravel a mystery that constantly makes you second-guess what's real. The sound design is masterful, with distant footsteps, whispers, and sudden silence used to keep you on edge. Block Fortress 2. Block Fortress 2 is a creative mix of tower defense, sandbox building, and first-person shooting. You're dropped into a world where you build your own fortress block by block, setting up defenses, turrets, and traps before waves of enemies try to tear it all down. The building system is surprisingly deep, letting you customize layouts, choke points, and weapon placements. When the attack starts, you can switch to FPS mode and fight alongside your defenses, giving it a fast-paced, hands-on feel that pure tower defense games often lack. The progression system lets you unlock new blocks, weapons, and traps over time, encouraging experimentation. Whether you're planning a heavily fortified bunker or a crazy experimental maze, it's part strategy, part action, and all creativity. Broken Sword Reforged. Broken Sword Reforged is a full remaster of the legendary point-and-click adventure, with updated visuals, smoother controls, and a reworked interface for mobile. You follow George and Nicole as they investigate a mystery that spans continents, uncovering ancient secrets and facing off against dangerous enemies. The puzzles are clever but fair, with a mix of inventory-based problem-solving and environmental observation. The voice acting and writing are top-tier, giving the game a witty, cinematic feel. It's a slower-paced experience compared to the action-heavy titles on this list, but it's perfect for players who love deep stories and clever mysteries. And because it's offline-friendly, it's an ideal game for long trips or quiet evenings. The blend of humor, suspense, and history makes it a timeless classic worth experiencing all over again. Thronefall. Thronefall strips down the strategy genre to its essentials and makes endlessly replayable. You start each session with just a castle and a handful of troops, and each night waves of enemies come to tear it down. The days are for building and upgrading. The nights are for surviving. The simplicity is deceptive. Every upgrade choice matters, and resource management can make or break a run. You'll experiment with different layouts, troop combinations, and defensive strategies to see what lasts the longest. The clean, minimalist art style makes it easy to read the battlefield, but also hides a lot of depth under the surface. Crunchyroll Space Crew. Space Crew puts you in command of a starship and its crew, sending you on missions across a galaxy filled with hostile aliens, dangerous anomalies, and the constant threat of running out of fuel or oxygen. The gameplay is all about multitasking under pressure. You'll assign crew members to stations piloting, weapons, engineering while managing repairs, rerouting power, and fending off boarding parties. One mistake can snowball into disaster, so staying calm and prioritizing correctly is key. It's fully offline, so you can play through tense, multi-stage missions without worrying about connectivity. It's equal parts strategy, chaos management, and storytelling as you grow attached to your crew and fight to bring them home alive. Labyrinth City. Labyrinth City is a visual feast, a hidden object adventure where each scene is an incredibly detailed maze packed with characters, animations, and secrets. You play as a detective chasing a mischievous thief through different fantastical environments, from bustling cities to bizarre dreamscapes. The fun is in the exploration. Each level is stuffed with interactive elements, side stories happening in the background, and Easter eggs to discover. The art style is vibrant and charming, and the animations give the world a sense of constant motion. Spaceland. Spaceland is like a bite-sized XCOM, a tactical, turn-based shooter where battles are quick, snappy, and focused. You lead a squad of space rangers on missions across alien planets, facing everything from hostile creatures to malfunctioning robots. The combat is straightforward but satisfying, with each character having unique skills that complement different strategies. The game's pacing keeps battles under 10 minutes, making it great for mobile play. With offline functionality, you can chip away at the campaign wherever you are. It's a great entry point for players curious about tactical games without the intimidating complexity of heavier titles. Meteorfall Restful Rumble. Meteorfall Restful Rumble takes the already beloved card-based roguelike formula of the Meteorfall series and pushes it into new territory, quite literally. Into the dusty, Wild West-inspired wastelands of Rust Bowl. You're not just slinging cards here. You're navigating a perilous, procedurally generated world where every stop on the map forces a choice. Do you fight, rest, upgrade, or gamble on an unknown encounter? Combat is quick, but deceptively deep. Your deck is your lifeline, each card representing an attack, defense, or ability, and every turn a mini puzzle about how to use limited resources most effectively. And like some deck builders where you pile on cards endlessly, here you'll need to stay lean, trimming away the filler so only the most synergistic, powerful combos remain. Flamekeeper. Flamekeeper puts you in the unlikely role of a tiny, bouncing lump of coal with a massive responsibility reigniting the eternal flame. It's a deceptively cute premise. But the game is anything but easy. Your health constantly drains as you move, meaning every step forward is not actively collecting energy from enemies, plants, or hidden crystals. You're literally burning out. Combat is frantic and satisfying, mixing quick melee strikes, dodges, and special abilities. You'll find yourself dancing between enemies, chaining attacks and evasions in a way that feels almost rhythmic. Each biome has its own hazards: icy platforms that make movement slippery, poisonous swamps that sap your health even faster, and fire-spewing traps that can shred you in seconds if you're careless. Boss battles are especially tense, forcing you to stay aggressive to keep your energy up while avoiding devastating attacks. Between runs, you can invest in permanent upgrades, customizing your little coal hero's playstyle. Do you focus on raw power, tankiness, or mobility? Your choices here massively impact how you approach the next run. Flamekeeper's art style is bright and colorful, which makes the moments of danger feel even sharper. Hitman Absolution. Hitman Absolution isn't just another stealth game, it's a masterclass in methodical, player-driven assassination. You play as Agent 47, the world's most skilled contract killer, navigating a branching storyline full of betrayal, shifting allegiances, and morally gray decisions. Each mission is a sandbox puzzle with countless solutions. Do you slip through unnoticed, disguising yourself as a guard or a janitor to get close to your target? Do you sabotage their environment, making their accident look like fate? Or do you go loud, using sheer firepower to mow down anyone in your way? The brilliance is in how the game never forces one playstyle. Every decision is yours, and the world reacts accordingly. On mobile, the controls have been adapted to be intuitive without losing precision, and the visuals hold up impressively well. Offline mode means you can immerse yourself in the slow, deliberate pacing of a mission without interruptions, plotting the perfect kill over minutes or even hours. Whether you're a long-time Hitman fan or new to stealth games, Absolution is a rare chance to carry a full-scale, AA-level assassination experience in your pocket. Hitman Absolution will releasing sometime in 2025.
This is how it has to be.
And there you have it, 25 of the best new offline games you can play on mobile right now. Whether you're into stealth, survival, horror, or strategy, there's something on this list for every kind of gamer. If you found something cool to download, drop a like, and let me know which game you're most excited to try in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic mobile game lists just like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Game on!